together for a public dialogue on February 28th. You see, now I already know the date. Now I know y'all not trying to keep me out of that conversation, are you?
No, sir. No, sir.
What happened to George Floyd shouldn't happen, not even to a dog. How long must the Negro continue to endure this foolishness at the hands of law enforcement? People can take but so much before they reach a breaking point.
What do you mean, Black Lives Matter? Black lives haven't mattered in this country since Negroes stopped working for free at the end of slavery. You ought to be talking about Black Guns Matter and start your own NRA. Call it the Negro Revolutionary Amalgamation.
Don't miss this compelling historic radio event, The Return. When Tavis Smiley converses with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. Tuesday, February 28th, 9 a.m. Pacific Time, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
Voice of Reason back in the building. You already know what it is. It's KBLA Talk 1580 in the heart of Lamert Park. It's time for y'all to understand some things. These topics, man. I'm being inundated with topics, and I have more. Somebody asked me to go deeper into the concept of a whip. A work in progress. So I said, okay, I will go deeper into this concept. Tonight's topic, get to your phone lines. You understand what it is. It's a conversation. This is a safe space for you to be able to call in and express anything that's on your heart. We're not going to judge you for your position. Just call in, be respectful, and give us some information. Tonight's topic, how to have a successful, a healthy relationship with a whip, aka work in progress. You should be happy, but not content with a flawful, not awful, a flawful person. As is commonplace, you know I'm going to drop some questions. True or false? We are all a work in progress, right? If we are all a work in progress, how long are we a work in progress? Agree to disagree? Much the same way as you keep outsiders out of your relationship business, you should also treat the act of harsh judgment as one of those outsiders. Work in progress. See, let me explain. Everybody got something wrong with them. Everybody. Everybody has an internal challenge. And judgment is going to make those people, or the people who have those issues, defend what they should be working on, as opposed to, okay, let me take your information, because if it feels like an attack, people are going to close off. They're going to wall off. Are you waiting on Mr. or Mrs. Damn Near Perfect to show up in your life before you commit? True or false? There is a difference between a work in progress and a can't get right mentality. Some people use the fact of being a work in progress as a crutch to not work on themselves. Are you willing to do whatever it takes to reach your dreams? Well, your dream is a progress. It's a work in progress, and you have to continue to work. That's why the question is, are you willing to do whatever it takes to reach your dream goal? Work in progress. Works in progress are dream chasers because they fail, they make mistakes, they fumble, and then they get up and they learn from those mistakes. How to have a successful relationship with a work in progress. So many people want a perfect partner. So many people want to be perfect themselves. It's impossible. What is the key? Does anybody out there know? What is the key to being in a healthy, quote unquote, successful relationship with a work in progress? I need somebody to call in and let me know. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580. Sean from Oakland, California, just cracked the lid. Talk to me, Sean.
Hey, Zoto, I don't think there's any perfect answer to this. However, I would say this is that you have got to be flexible, number one, as a human being. All right? If you come in, and I've said this multiple times now, if you come in with an agenda of about what you need to have happen in this relationship, and if the other person doesn't live up to that, well, you might be lucky like the lottery and get that. But I think in the real world, I think it is that, any couple are both works in progress, and each other is going to see something in the other that you would like for them to improve or be different about. I mean, let's be realistic, right? I mean, I've been married a long time, and we still do the same thing and be like, you don't need to tell me that anymore, like something. It'll be something simple like, that, can you walk the dog tonight? I'd be like, I walk the dog every night. But, I have to respect the fact of, in that, my better half's, mind that, that's something that she's thinking maybe I won't do because maybe I didn't do it like 3 months ago. But what I'm trying to say is you have to be flexible with one another because life isn't a perfect straight line, and the only thing you can predict in life is that it will be unpredictable, and you got to cut each other a lot of slack if you really like them or really love them.
Come on.
Yeah, you really got to cut them a lot of slack and also come together and repair. My biggest thing, Zoe, and I'm going to say it again here, repair when things break down. because things will break down in a relationship. I've had it break down so many damn times. You know, it's like our old cars back in the day before computers. They break down. But if you don't attempt to repair it, right, you're destined to have a failure because it's not going to get better on its own. So it's okay to make mistakes and fail, but if you really care and love someone or feel that you love someone or whatever that great feeling is about a good relationship, you will make the attempt and the effort to repair it.
Right.
And I think that goes a long way.
Man, I appreciate it,
That's
Sean.
my 2 cents.
Thank you, brother. You brought Oakland in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, you know the deal. All you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. You're listening to the Voice of Reason. We turned up right now. Let me ask the question. Can a person be a work in progress for their entire life? The reason why I ask that question is because I get it all the time. When I'm talking, say I'm doing relationship roundtables or I'm coaching couples, I'll hear when does the lessons stop? When do the lessons stop? I'm tired of the lessons. I'm tired of learning. I'm tired of the lessons. That's what I hear a lot. And so I ask the question, can a person be a work in progress for their entire life? The question is, are you, as the person who is the work in progress, okay with your progress, okay with being a whip? And is your partner okay with that? Typically, like I said, people are dating outcomes. They're not dating the work in progress. They're dating the potential that the work in progress can make good on a particular desire they have. 1-800-920-1580, Fred, Northridge, California. Get in here, Fred.
Hey, Zoe, how you doing?
I'm good, brother.
So I'm going to stick to there's a point in life that you have to graduate. I mean, when you fix yourself, what is your goal in fixing? What are you trying to do? Because, there's always an end game for whatever project that you do. For whatever reason you're doing that project, there's expectations not only out of yourself, but out of your partner also. Okay? There comes a time in life, and like I always remind, I'm 60 years old. I can't be sitting around waiting on teaching and preaching to a person that's in my same age category of what do you want out of life? What do you plan on doing? And it has nothing to do, but that's why I basically say, hey, I got a companion in life. I'm not looking to get married ever again.
But
Because
Fred, let me ask you
this.
this, Fred. Isn't it weird that it's always our partner waiting for us to reach our fullest potential?
Why are you waiting on me? Get your own self in order.
Now talk to me, Fred. That's what I'm at. Isn't that
Right.
interesting? Your partner's on the sideline saying, man, I can't wait for you to hit your goal. And it's like, do you have one? We're all works in progress. Nobody is finished. Nobody is complete. And nobody will ever be complete. Fred, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, understand this. Perfection is an illusion. There's nothing perfect in this universe. On this side.
You mean in terms
So-
of people?
And so, yeah, people. Okay? Listen, we all got our flaws. We all got our strengths. We try to downplay our flaws, and we try to go ahead and concentrate on our strengths. Okay? And then sometimes, things get out of balance. But, you're always trying to get things back in balance. And so, when you're working on yourself, you ain't got time to be trying to tell other people like, hey, you need to do this right. You need to tell that. No, because you need to go ahead and practice what you preach. Get yourself right. Now, when you have a partner, yes, you can support them in their journey, but you can't walk in their shoes. because their shoes is only meant for them to walk in.
So the highest level of support is companionship. I'll be here with you during your process.
Yeah. I mean,
Interesting.
you know, sometimes you might have to carry them, and sometimes they might have to carry you. But if you're in a journey together, it's progress that's supposed to be made. Because you can't leave a person behind. Because if you leave them behind, you might as well say, hey, I'm separated from you. You can't pay half your rent and expect to live in an apartment. You understand what I'm saying? You got to pay the whole thing. Now, either you going to pay the whole thing, or they going to pay the whole thing, or you going to share in the burden.
But isn't
when they share in the burden?
But isn't it somewhat of a contradiction? We are a planet of people who are imperfect, who still have a long way to go in their personal journey, but we can only listen to someone that we consider to be successful in whatever field they're in. So you'll hear people say, you have to be an example of said thing in order to pontificate on said thing. So my question is, whoever you consider to be the success, right, of a particular area, they're still a work in progress too. So there's no one you can find that would be that perfect example that you say, oh, you know, if you talking about marriage, you got to be married. Well, not necessarily, because it's human relationship that's happening. We understand that society has rules and marriage is a business and you get different perks, and we understand that. We get that. There's a different level of commitment. However, marriage is still classified under relationship, right? Or you'll see somebody, you know, saying, and even if you are married, the marriage has to be successful. It has to be a good marriage. Well, even good marriages have their trials and tribulations and troubles. Even good marriages are works in progress as well. What are your thoughts?
That's true in some cases. You know, let me put it to you this way. I've been married 5 times. Okay. Each and every time I went by a set of rules that was established to me by my parents. Meaning, you work to make a home. You share a home with a partner, and together you work together to build a nest so that you can raise kids and raise them in a successful way. So then later on, they can carry on what you showed them and what you taught them and be successful, and then continue to marry somebody, have kids, grandkids. I think it's a cop-out nowadays that people hear, oh, I don't want to get married because the man, look, before black people came to America, we was getting married. Okay? Brothers was marrying 5 women. Now, I'm not saying that's right, but the man who did that was a successful man, because you can, if you can afford 5 women, you can get 5 women. That's just the way it works. But now, we have adopted European standards, meaning I got to be with you and only you, and I got to invest everything in you. And that's fine. But at the same time, be realistic. If you not pulling your weight, you're burdened.
So let me ask you this, Fred. Can you name one thing in your character that you have to work on that actually keeps you a work in progress? What is the, there we go, patience. Why are you so impatient, Fred?
Because when I have to be patient, I have to stop moving. This is just me. When I'm patient, that means I'm waiting on you. That means I ain't making no progress. I'm looking back, waiting on you to catch up. And maybe that's my fault, because I shouldn't have to wait on you. And then maybe I should just keep. But when you outpace, think about it. When you outpace somebody and you outgrow someone 9 times out of 10, you really ain't going to be with them in the long run.
That's kind of true. Hold tight, Fred. Fred from Northridge, He's on the line right now. He just said something that was pretty provocative. We're going to talk about it when we come forward.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
The movie moved you, but the stage play will blow you away. It's Jacarius Johnson, New Jack City, live on stage.
Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am.
They were at the top of their game, but when loyalty and trust takes a hit,
DMB, man, we all we got.
so does survival.
Your $5 ass down before I make change.
Starring Big Daddy Kane, Stretch from Naughty by Nature, Flex Alexander, the original G Money, Alan Payne, and Gary Dourdan. January 20th through 22nd at the Orpheum Theater. Tickets at Ticketmaster.
Kick off the new year and celebrate women in business. This is Asha, and I am hosting a panel discussion with some of your favorite business owners and professionals. We are covering topics from work-life balance to our thoughts on the modern woman. Join us as we talk, dance, shop, and celebrate. Access passes are on Eventbrite under Project Red Women in Business Summit. Special thanks to our event sponsor, Sheldon Stokes State Farm in Carson, and visit our website, teamstokesinsurance.com.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for human rights. The Los Angeles Civil, Human Rights and Equity Department, or LA Civil Rights for short, is focused on reducing bias and injustices while leveling the playing field. LA Civil Rights does this through equity and empowerment, the Office of Racial Equity, hate prevention, upward mobility programming, and youth programming. They convene commissions and advisory councils. The Civil, Human Rights and Equity Department of the City of Los Angeles is led by founding executive director Capri Maddox and is breaking new ground for municipal governance. LA Civil Rights oversees citywide initiatives, including the Renew program, LA Repair program, and the LA for All campaign. The LA Civil Rights Department believes that the goals of equity and inclusion for all people can be achieved through hard work and collective action. To get involved and be part of the solution, report a civil rights violation, or get more information, visit civilandhumanrights.lacity.org. That's civilandhumanrights.lacity.org or call 213-978-1845. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You want some more? It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I reminisce for a spell, or shall I say think back 22 years ago to keep it on track. The birth of a child on the 8th of October, a toast, but my granddaddy came sober. Count all the fingers and the toes, now I suppose you hope the little black boy grows. 18 years younger than my mama, but I really got beaten cause the girl loved trauma. In single parenthood, there I stood. By the time she was 21, had another one. This one's a girl, let's name her Pam. Same father as the first, but you don't give a damn. Irresponsible, plain not thinking. Papa said chill, but the brother keep winking. Still he won't down you or tear out your hide. On your side while the baby make a slide. But mama got wise to the game. The youngest of 5 kids, hun, here it is. After 10 years without no spouse, mama's getting married in the house. Listen, positive over negative for the woman a master. Mother Queen's rise in the chapter. Deja vu, tell you what I'm gonna do when they reminisce over you, my God.
Come on! My co-host is my playlist. SP Rocket, CL Smooth, The name of the record is Troy. They Reminisce Over You. They made that record after Trouble T. Roy, which was one of Heavy D's dancers, passed away, died. He fell off the stage during concert or during rehearsal for concert, and they did that record. They created that record for him. It became a hip-hop classic. T-R-O-Y. That was his name, Trouble T. Roy. And, yeah, very powerful, poignant song. And Heavy D struggled with the loss, you know, of his dancer. And he struggled mightily. And you could tell with his next album, it was the Blue Funk album. And, you know, it was a struggle for him creatively, you know, to get back. Because Heavy was this happy, jovial, passionate, you know, fun-loving hip-hop artist. And he struggled with the Blue Funk album. You know, the songs were solid, but you could tell energetically and spiritually something was missing because he was still mourning, you know, Trouble T. Roy. So when we play that record again, sometimes getting through things in life, man, you know, life keeps pushing. Life is like a train that has no stops. It may slow down, but it never stops. So, man, sometimes you just gotta pick up and keep going, right? But in doing so, you gotta make sure that you heal yourself, you deal with yourself. And for a lot of people, art is a way to do that. And Heavy D created that Blue Funk album, but you could tell that the energy was off, a little bit off. Let me bring Fred back in here to wrap up his thoughts. Fred, you were saying something when we came forward. Now's your time to wrap it.
You said something that was quite profound just a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
I lost both my parents last year. Okay. So I never had a chance to sit and hold my parents' hands on their deathbed. Okay. So I do have resentment from that. But at the same time, that inspires me to do better because now I don't have a safety net.
Wait, Fred,
You know,
I
always had
don't want to stop you again, but we got to come forward one more time. Fred, stay with me, man, because I want to hear about this, man. I didn't know you was dealing with the loss of your parents, brother. When we come forward, we're going to finish talking to Fred.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Esther Dillard, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. President Biden is visiting California to survey areas damaged by severe storms. FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell addressed reporters while en route to the state.
Just a little bit of background, too. California has really experienced some unprecedented storms. 9 atmospheric rivers that have gone through since right before the new year.
The storms dropped record amounts of rain on the West Coast. And in New York City, East Harlem is getting $10 million for revitalization efforts. Governor Hochul says neighborhood leaders will have to decide what to do with the funds, but plans could include a transit hub station at East 125th Street when the extension on the 2nd Avenue subway into Harlem is complete. And that's the latest. I'm Esther Dillard from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
We've all felt the impact of rising food prices. For families in poverty, they're facing malnutrition and even death. You can feed a family for a month with your $50 donation to Compassion International. Just text the word radio to 97646.
Hi, this is Tavis.
Tavis, this is Dr. King. We've got a lot to talk about. I'll be in town on the 28th of February. Can you clear your calendar?
Absolutely, Dr. King. Good Lord, do I have some questions for you, sir. Hi, it's Tavis.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother. This is Minister Malcolm. Now, I heard that you and Martin are getting together for a public dialogue on February 28th. You see, now I already know the date. Now, I know y'all not trying to keep me out of that conversation, are you?
No, sir. No, sir.
What happened to George Floyd shouldn't happen, not even to a dog. How long must the Negro continue to endure this foolishness at the hands of law enforcement? People can take but so much before they reach a breaking point.
What do you mean, Black Lives Matter? Black lives haven't mattered in this country since Negroes stopped working for free at the end of slavery. You ought to be talking about Black Guns Matter and start your own NRA. Call it the Negro Revolutionary Amalgamation.
Don't miss this compelling historic radio event, The Return. When Tavis Smiley converses with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. Tuesday, February 28th, 9 a.m. Pacific Time, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
When you're the victim of a car accident, who goes to bat for you is crucial. We're MVP Accident Attorneys, the personal injury pros. Hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. When it comes to getting the maximum compensation you deserve, our team hits it out of the park. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for a free case review. Call 833-MVP-WINS.
Call on me, your MVP.
Wondering if you should get the updated COVID-19 booster? Here are 3 reasons why you should. 1. Vaccines and boosters provide better protection from COVID-19. 2. Even if you've had COVID-19 before, boosters are recommended to keep your immunity strong, especially as new variants emerge. And 3. Your risk of getting very sick from COVID-19 goes up with age, and boosters can help lower the chance of hospitalization and death. Find a booster near you at myturn.ca.gov. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Thinking about gas mileage? If your check engine light is on, it may be affecting your MPGs, but the free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help. With the most complete free warning light report backed by technician-verified fixes, you'll know what's affecting your gas mileage and more, and you don't have to drive too far to find the fix. The free AutoZone Fix Finder service is available at all 6,200 stores.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
See details at AutoZone.com.
At Social Security, we are always thinking of ways to save you time and make things easier. That's why we created My Social Security. A My Social Security account allows you to access your earnings history and benefits information, request a replacement Social Security card, get a proof of income letter, estimate and apply for benefits, and more. Save time. Go online. Open a My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount. Social Security. Securing today and tomorrow.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
KBLA Talk 1580 is growing at a phenomenal pace, and we need to enlarge our territory. We are seeking smart, creative solution providers to join the KBLA delegation and go higher with us. If you or someone you know is interested in joining our team as a brand manager, go to our website at KBLA1580.com. Tap on employment opportunities and let us hear from you. We're not looking for everybody or just anybody, but you could be that special somebody. Come grow with us. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Don't sweat the technique. Don't sweat the technique. Let's trace the hits and check the file. Let's see who bit the dissect the style. I flip the script so they can't get filed. At least not now, it'll take a while. I change the pace to complete the beat. I drop the bass to MCs get weak. For every word they trace is a scar they keep. Cause when I speak, they freak to sweat the technique. I made my debut in 86.
Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you weren't there, this is what hip-hop sounded like in 1992. My playlist is my co-host. Tonight is the 1992 playlist for hip-hop. Don't Sweat the Technique, Eric B. and Rakim. This is what hip-hop sounded like in 1992. Don't sweat the technique. When I say, Andy, look up these records, bro. You know what Andy does? I say, Andy, make sure that these records have no curse words in them. But in 92, you're going to be hard-pressed. A lot of rappers back then, their process did not include profanity, especially somebody like Rakim. So if this is your first time tuning into The Voice of Reason, please know that I integrate my playlist as my co-host. Tonight, we have a flashback to 92. I played Trouble T-Roy, T-R-O-Y. They Reminisce Over You by Pete Rock and CL Smooth. And now you just heard Eric B. and Rakim, Don't Sweat the Technique. Tonight's topic, how to have a successful relationship with a whip, a.k.a. a work in progress. So many people want their partners to be perfect. So many people want to be perfect. So many people want the ideal situation. This is why I tell women often, do not date your idea of the man. Date the real man, because if you date the real man, you got to accept the real man. He is a work in progress. Brothers, same with you. If you dating a woman, don't date your concept or your ideation of her. Date her. She's going to be a work in progress. She's going to have issues that she has to deal with, that she was raised with. Everybody models their home, so you're going to have to deal with that. Fred, get in here, man. Finish your thought.
Okay, I'm finishing my thought. Basically, 23 this year, I attended one of your shows, and I was around successful people, and I was envious of them, which inspired me to get off my ass, stop chilling, stop smoking weed, stop relaxing, and get back in the game. And when I mean get back in the game, I'm coming back in the game to score. I'm talking about touchdowns. I ain't talking about just sitting on the bench. I used all the lessons that you taught me as far as with relationships over the past, 9 months I've been following you. And I grew up and I accepted some things about myself. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, about drinking, women drunk and all that. Yeah, I had to admit to that. That was wrong. So now that I done purged that demon got that monkey off my back, I'm ready to get back up here and I'm ready to run things. For the first time in my life, though, I have the possibility of breaking 6 figures. 6 figures.
Well, congratulations, Fred.
And
let's go to lunch, Fred. Let's go to lunch, Fred.
Man, I'll take you to breakfast, lunch, and dinner, bro. You and the whole family when I start getting paid.
No,
I got
Fred.
applause when I'm the boss.
No, Fred, let me say this, man. I really appreciate hearing that. I'm glad you're able to get something out of what we're talking about. Good looking, Fred. We appreciate you for calling in. You brought Northridge, California.
You helped me heal, brother. You helped me heal.
Man, I do my best, man. You did the work, brother. I'm just walking with you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you, Fred.
Well, you gave me the tools. You gave me the tools to do it.
Well, thank you. How many times you want me to say thank you, Fred? Thank you, Fred.
No, thank you, so. Thank you. Go on, bye.
You are allowed to be both a masterpiece and a work in progress simultaneously, says Sophia Bush. I tend to believe this idea. So many people are embarrassed about being a work in progress. But you better have your ish together. Everybody want to. Nope. Listen, you can have your ish together in one area of your life and in another area be in total shambles. There's always something to improve upon. But there can't be this thirsty, judgmental, constant rat race, to chase after perfection. No, you are perfect as a progress, right? You are perfect as a work in progress is what I'm trying to say. And a lot of people don't understand that there's power and being okay. That it's a badge of honor to say I'm a work in progress, and I'm slowly but surely moving in the right direction. Reggie, Austin, Texas, get in here.
Hey, what's up, Zo? Man, I'm just glad that we had this forum to get better. You know, I started listening to your show because I wanted to get better, and this community really helps me do that. As far as being a work in progress, you said that, you know, you can have your stuff together in one area and be in shambles in another. And the luxury of that is I can learn from somebody else and not have to go through the things they went through to get where they are. And so they could do the same thing for me. And I can put my little with your little, and we can have much because we're better tomorrow than we were yesterday. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so as far as being a work in progress, man, struggle is part of life. If you don't have any struggle, you don't have any life. And we're going to struggle till we die. That's just how it is. But we don't struggle in vain. And that's the luxury of the whole thing. I don't want to go through the same things every day and have the same problems every day. I don't want to have the same addictions every day. I want to be able to get better and show I've achieved something. And, you know, that happens in a variety of ways, man. But you never stop struggling. You never stop striving. And I think that gets us stronger. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope that we can continue struggling and we can continue having this beautiful struggle. You know what I'm saying? That's life.
That's such a powerful thought. Continue the struggle. Many people would see it in reverse. They would say, we want the struggle to stop. Talk to me about the process of continuing the struggle.
You write down what you learn. Man, I have something called a prayer box, right? And it's like if something good happens to me during the day, whatever it is, something large, something small, whatever it is, I write it on a Post-it and I put it in this box. And on the days when I don't feel like anything is happening for me, I'll look at the box and see up all the great things that have happened in the past. You see what I'm saying? So you encourage yourself and you put yourself in the environment where people are struggling with you. You know, if you're in a boat and somebody's rowing against you, y'all ain't going anywhere. But if y'all are rowing in the same direction, y'all can actually move. But this show does that.
But isn't there meaning in the rowing against you?
You learn who is against you. That's meaning.
No.
You know what I mean?
I'm saying there's something bigger there, right? Because many people think, oh, okay, you're rowing against me. You're my enemy. You're oppositional. But why are they opposing you? And
Maybe
because, like I said, the universe is economical with its movement. Nothing is really wasted. Nobody's going to do something to you that, A, you haven't co-signed. That whole you teach people how to treat you movement, right? So doesn't the opposition have a purpose?
Absolutely.
Stay with me, Reggie. Stay with me, man. When we come forward, we going back to Austin, Texas. Me and Reggie always cooking.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Representative Sheila Jackson Lee wants to criminalize hate speech with the new proposed bill. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News. Representative Sheila Jackson Lee of Texas has introduced the Leading Against White Supremacy Act of 2023. This act looks to place criminal charges on people who share hate speech. Congress.gov states that the bill will prevent and prosecute white supremacy-inspired hate crime and conspiracy to commit white supremacy-inspired hate crime and to amend Title 18 U.S. Code to expand the scope of hate crimes. Those engaging in hate speech could still face criminal charges even if they don't act on the threats. This bill further proposes penalties for anyone publishing material advancing white supremacy, white supremacist ideology, or hate speech that vilifies or is otherwise directed against any non-white person or group and such published material. I'm Maisha Cairo, and that's it for your K-Black Minute News. Central Neighborhood Health Foundation is a full-service network of federally qualified health care centers that serves local communities throughout Los Angeles, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. CNHF clinics provide low-cost to no-cost, compassionate, comprehensive, quality health care, which includes primary care services for chronic disease and diabetes management, pediatric and women's services, preventive care, vision and dental screenings, COVID-19 testing and vaccines, flu vaccines, behavioral health, HIV, and substance use services. Virtual telehealth visits are available from the comfort of your home with highly qualified physicians and medical professionals. CNHF also provides peer support specialist training and help with housing navigation. Central Neighborhood Health Foundation. Your wellness is our priority. Comprehensive care built on trust and respect. For more information, visit cnhfclinics.org or call 213-536-5815 today to locate a clinic near you.
KBLA Talk 1580, putting the spotlight on culture and community. The Rodney King Foundation works in the community to promote positive race relations and achieve social justice. The foundation provides advocacy, educational scholarships, and the powerful Walk in Love initiative. The Rodney King Foundation seeks a world of hope, tolerance, and social justice, where divisiveness has been overcome and all people live together peacefully and harmoniously. Executive Director, Founder Laura King is striving to enhance the community's self-esteem, health, social services, and social justice locally and worldwide. The foundation is dedicated to continuing the message of Laura's father, the great Rodney King, to promote peace and hashtag get along. For more information, please visit rodneyking.org or call 626-541-2907. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
More of the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Right now on KBLA Talk 1580.
Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. I don't know, but today seems kinda odd. No barking from the dog, no small. And mama cooked the breakfast with no hog. I got my grub on, but didn't pig out. Finally got a call from a girl I wanna dig out. Hooked it up for later as I hit the dough. Thinking, will I live another 24? I gotta go, cause I got me a drop top. And if I hit the switch, I can make the ass drop. Had to stop at a red light, looking in my mirror, not a jacker in sight, and everything is alright. I got a beat from
1992 sounded great. My playlist is my co-host. Man, hip hop don't sound like that no more, man. Oh goodness, let's get Reggie back in here from Austin, Texas. We're having a very interesting discussion about how to have a successful relationship with a whip. Whip meaning work in progress. Your thoughts, brother? You was on to something before we came forward.
We were talking about adversaries.
Yes.
And I had an example of that, man. Are you familiar with Ella Baker?
No.
All right, Ella Baker was part of the SCLC back in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
She would quarrel with Dr. King
Mm-hmm.
because he was a sexist. He was forward thinking, but he was a sexist in some of his views.
Mm-hmm.
And she was part of that organization, and she would go at him.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like she was his adversary, but she was really rounding him out to widen his view on women and their role in the civil rights movement.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you can have somebody that's perceived as an adversary that's against you, but they're really working for your good because they're trying to bring out another part of your personality that you didn't even know was there. So I'm like, I mean, everything works for you. It really does work for you. Even the difficulties.
That's if you have that mindset. If you got the can't get right mindset, then everything is working against you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But it gives you the opportunity every day to change your mindset. You're not locked into a mindset if you don't want to be.
Man, it's hard.
That's real. It's definitely hard, but it's hard, but it's possible. And even if it's not probable, it's possible.
Right.
And sometimes you just want a little bit of possibility, and you can work from that. And that's all you need sometimes, man.
But what you're describing is the mentality that a relationship with two works in progress should have. Because it sounds like you're describing grace. We're a work in progress.
Absolutely.
We have to allow it. Yeah. Hey, man, let me say this, Reggie. I don't know you, bruh, but every time you call in, brother, I appreciate the insight you give us, man. Austin, Texas is in the building because of you. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Look, when I come forward, I'm going to Dallas, Texas to talk to my homeboy Truemonger.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that when we fight, we win. Community Coalition trains activists and organizers in order to support power building with Black, Brown, Indigenous, and people of color. Community Coalition works to help transform the social and economic conditions in South LA that foster addiction, crime, violence, and poverty by building a community institution that involves thousands in creating, influencing, and changing public policy. Founded by Karen Bass in 1990, Community Coalition was born as an African American and Latino organization with the goal of turning hopelessness and despair into action. The activism of the Community Coalition's members and community residents has almost solely stimulated economic recovery in South LA for decades, generating billions of dollars by redirecting them to South LA schools and foster care. In addition, Community Coalition offers amazing mind, body, soul resources, advocacy, and policy work, and has a robust and active membership body. To become a member, get a referral, or get support for your nonprofit, visit cocosouthla.org. That's cocosouthla.org, or call 323-750-9087. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You want some more? It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
And put the needle to the grind. Representing one kind, see an eye for the blind. Witness what I carry on bears a further purpose. From how we do slam a few, then you wanna purchase a dialogue of funk. You love to pop it in your trunk. I win more discipline than a Shaolin monk. Pete Rock and CL, well set to spark it. The powerful target to destroy the black market. But when you say black, listen, I don't know, you lose me. I guess another beggar can't afford to be choosy. I come to the maximum, artist on the major label. Any duplication of this one is fatal. On 125, I gotta hit your live, beat your ass with my tape, any race or shape. Cause if they got mine, they got yours too. But together, here's what we gotta do.
Straighten it out. We gotta straighten it out. P-Rock and CL Smooth. Come on, man. Hip-hop was on fire in 92. We gotta straighten it out. We're a work in progress. We've got to straighten it out. But please understand, self-knowledge is never ending. So you're never going to straighten it out completely. But what makes your life fulfilling is when you embrace being a work in progress, when you embrace the process of revealing yourself. And the way to do that, man, is through relationships. Relationships will peel your onion for you. 1-800-920-1580. We on fire tonight. Truemonger, get in here.
Yes, sir.
So your thoughts on tonight's topic, bro?
We got to straighten it out, but it doesn't happen overnight. Some people struggle for a long time before they really see some progress. People go through stuff, man, and everybody processes trauma and difficulties and adversity differently. I've had plenty of battles. We all had battles in life.
Mm-hmm.
You win. I've won a lot of them. I've lost quite a few as well.
Right.
Those losses tend to stick with you a little more because they had a negative impact on you. They may have had a negative impact on those around you. So they may stick you a little harder than something you can just shrug off a little bit and just keep moving. Some stuff sticks with you, and it takes longer to progress from that.
So let me ask you this, True, because I forgot to ask this to Reggie out of Austin, but I'm gonna ask you, what is one thing that keeps you a work in progress, or one thing that you've been working on? You're in the process of refining and trying to make yourself better. What is it? Character issue?
Still working on opening up more.
Right.
Still working on my communication.
Right.
Being effective with that. Man, I could be here all day.
No, but what's
still
deep?
Working on.
No, what's deep is you do know these things that you're listing, and I'm gonna let you list some more if you feel up to it. But you do know these things that you're listing go into the relationship with you. Tell me.
Yeah. And I've lost relationships because of it. And going through periods of depression where I really didn't know what was happening. And by the time I really got an idea of what was really happening, going on with me, stuff would start to crumble.
Mm.
So I have to own up to that, because whether I realized what was happening or not, it hurt me and it hurt those people. So I have to learn my lessons from that and continue to work on myself. I still have setbacks every now and then. I still have issues trusting people.
Wow. Let me ask you this. Do you see being a work in progress as a negative thing?
No.
Okay, good. Just hold tight, because I want you to expand on that. When we come forward, I'm going back to Dallas, Texas to talk to True Monger. I love talking to my brothers, because this is one of the few platforms that you can actually call in and vent and share how you really feel and know you're not going to get no judgment from it. The voice of reason is on fire tonight. I got a lot to talk about. Stay tuned.
From scratch, cause the baseline's critical. Better than the original who first made it. Now you wanna sue me, but fans never boo me. Believe I know the times we've been broke too, G. Here's another sample clear. See you get the hell out of here like a bootleg. You're over for the year.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Esther Dillard, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. President Biden is visiting California to survey areas damaged by severe storms.